All right, back at it again for the third time with a quick lesson through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. Because the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. And this is a quick lesson of Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8, and that's going to be titled Sit Down Lesson. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua. Those are the true names. I said, Rakatan to the elders and apostles for Hakim Akbar, and I say Shalom. And this is a quick lesson of Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. That's going to be titled Sit Down Lesson. Titled with a lesson. This is the prophet Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets I have before thee and before thee of old, prophesy both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and a pestilence. Right, so this is what we out here, this is what we do, sit down lessons. We'll come out and teach to do, do exhortations and biblical lessons. And that's what we're doing, as being servants and prophets unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. Just like our forefathers, they was teaching, just like our forefathers, they was prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So we are in those modern day times once again, back on the scene, prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So we see in the modern day wars in our world today. We see these wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, like it says in Jeremiah 51, verse 46, modern day ruler against modern day ruler, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing Iran versus the Israel Defense Force that's been heating up, even though they're on a ceasefire, but it's still going to be tensions there. But you're still going to have Iran, they're still going to build up their nuclear capability. And the Russia-Ukraine situation that's been heating up, especially with the latest the latest clash has been heating up between Russia and Ukraine. That's only going to continue to heat up. You had this NATO meeting earlier today, as of yesterday and today. You had NATO saying they're going to spend more, boost up their military defense. The European Union as well too. You had NATO, Netherlands. They had sent an additional 25 million in military aid assistance against the the Russia-Ukraine situation been intensifying, which we've been seeing that as well too. So this is what we prophesy about: war, evil, and a pestilence. And that's what we say these modern day wars are increasing. Even though it's a balance, sometimes they might have peace with one another with these armies of nations, but it's only going to continue to increase. That's why we're seeing modern day wars, wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and that's what we're seeing. So it says, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the Holy Bibles, bringing out the Holy Scriptures of the Holy Bible. I'm bringing out that Jeremiah 28, verse 8. Just like the prophets of old, they prophesied against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So that's what I'm doing out here, teaching the Bible. Just a quick lesson. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets I have before thee and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and a pestilence. Right, so that's what we see in our world today, these modern day war, evil, and a pestilence, which is only going to continue to increase. Because these are the prophets of old, Jeremiah and the prophets of old, spoke about war, evil, and a pestilence, and that's what we're seeing in our world today. So these modern day wars is only going to continue to increase. You're still going to have tensions over there in, I would say, the South China Sea. You're still going to have China versus Taiwan that's heating up. You're still going to have what's taking place over there in the Philippines. The disputed territorial waters between China and the Philippines, that's going to continue to heat up. We see what's taking place over there in Western Asia, over there in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, Palestinian territory, and all these nuclear escalations and tensions that we're going to continue to see increasing. So this is modern day war, evil, and pestilence. The wars is only going to continue to increase. The evils is only going to continue to increase. And that's what we're seeing in our world today. And these are the very important signs that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, spoke about. War, evil, and pestilence is only going to continue to increase. So these are modern day pestilence that we're seeing in our world today. We've been seeing the chloria outbreak, the Listeria outbreak, the the Listeria outbreak, the Mpox outbreak, the chloria outbreak, and all these different type of variants of pestilent plagues that we're going to continue to see increasing. Because not too long ago, I say about 2 weeks ago, you had over there in Canada, especially when the summertime is hitting, there was a news article came out that potentially of a measles outbreak might increase. And then we've been having this chloria outbreak been increasing and throughout Sudan. And and we've been seeing this heating up, these different pests and plagues that the Heavenly Father spoke about that was going to occur more and more in these times, because it makes perfect sense, because we're living in modern day biblical times and the signs of times. And this is what we out here prophesying about: war, evil, and the pestilence, which is only going to continue to increase, because these prophecies are going to come to pass and be fulfilled. You have Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 9. It says, the prophets I have before thee and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. Right, that's why we're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So we're prophesying against this modern day kingdom, which is ruled by the wicked, because it says the earth should be given into the hands of wicked. He covered the face of Jezreel. If not, where who is it? That's Esau Edom, the son of perdition, like it says in the book of 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3. The son of perdition, the man of sin, the man of lawlessness is being revealed. That's why it makes perfect sense. We're prophesying against great countries and great kingdoms of war, evil, and pestilence. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. This is just a quick lesson that I want to bring out of Jeremiah 28, verse 8. And I appreciate people that's on the comment board. And I say shalom to you. If y'all Israelites, I say shalom. So with that, hopefully this quick sit-down lesson was edifying out here on the highway. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. A quick lesson, like I mentioned before, Jeremiah 28, verse 8. So with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Haphashad. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, the lost one adopted tongue. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Ba'akim Ba'akwa, and I say Shalom. Once again, this is just a quick lesson that I want to bring out of Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. That was the title of the sit-down lesson. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Until then, I would say, Kwame Asherala and the Bible Ball. Shalom.